Stop it. Technically still over there. All right. Go live. All right. Cool. Everything looks good. We are supposedly live. Let's double check that. Oh, yeah, we are. Cool. Ew. You can see it much more than me than usual. That's funny. Okay. Everything looks good. I didn't do a tweet, but it's fine. Really not one for Twitter. It's not my favorite social. You all should know my favorite social. It's the only one I'm technically popular on. All right. Let's get started and put some armor on these chicken legs, chicken arms today, because that's about as much time as I've got. Should take a little bit. We're also probably going to finish up the head, since I have not still put that together at the moment. Should be a good morning. We're not doing really anything too big. I've got to be out of here by 11, so we don't really have a lot of time. We'll be back later tonight for the late night streams on Saturdays, where I stream for a good amount of time. And I completely forgot to do my nails while I was in the bathroom. It's going to be about the best I can get them till later. So let's get some stuff done. I did have to do the arms off stream because they were not fun at all. I usually don't have a problem with Gundams at all. You all know that. Y'all know I know my shit when it comes to Gundams. And I don't struggle with most kits. This has been an utter struggle so far. How I didn't lose those parts off that, I have no idea. And then what is it? A B part? No, that's BBE. What is E again? That would be E. E28. Yes. Awesome. Technically, B goes on first. I've got to be off by 11 and out the door by 11:30 if I'm going to want to make the time frame. All right. And Azra Corn, thank you for the likes. It does help us keep visibility. Oh, okay. So you have one of the most annoying fucking things under the sun. It's like it's serrated and it's supposed to go in. Excuse you. The fuck? The third party's a little bit different. It's supposed to use the same one. I might need to hollow it out. No. B24, B21. Yeah, that's the same parts. It's a little too small. Hope I didn't damage anything while pushing on it like I was. It's supposed to sit flat, and it's not. Now, I really don't want to use the OG head. I really don't like it. It's not my fucking thing, really. Ow, 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 that fucking hurt. Ow, fuck you. Ow. Ow. Nuke Williams, thank you. Ow. Fucking shit, that hurt. Ugh. That's gonna hurt the rest of the fucking day. Ooh. Nothing too bad, luckily. Ooh, that hurt. I don't know what it is with this thing, but it does not want to fit in there no matter what. I don't get it. It's supposed to slide in there. This is supposed to be a drop-in replacement for the original OG head. It's supposed to sit like that. It's supposed to drop in and fit. There are no headpieces that came in the box with this one. That's why it's sad. So it's supposed to drop in, and it's a pressure-based system, so it goes in and drops in, and then you put everything on top of it, and it's a pressure-based system and holds on to it. Tracy, thank you for the share. No, for the follow and the share as well. Okay, I thought we also had the like, but no, also share. God, I really don't want to use the OG head. I really do not. I like the new one better. The engineering on it was a lot better and a lot easier to work with. Make sure that head's still working. Yeah, head's still working. Okay. It's like it's too wide, like I was trying to do. Can't get in there on that. Oh yeah, it was too long and it was too shallow, which I can now get that on there. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. Retouch it up and then I'll glue it on. Gonna be about a Vidar and a Lupus. Nice. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. All right. So, there we go. Keep all my stuff going. Then I'll get those rest of those parts on and we'll clean this all up at the same time so that way I don't fuck it up. This kit is absolutely going to be on my top list of do not ever buy this if you don't feel like getting very frustrated and overly upset with a kit. Gundam models. Because it has been the most frustrating kit ever. The part I'm particularly working on, not too much because it is a third-party piece. The rest of the kit has been a overall nightmare. Check that head's working. We haven't broken any of the wiring. No, good. So today we're just pretty much working on getting armor on the arms and finishing up the head. We have made very little progress so far. Because this thing just takes forever to do everything. I'm not looking forward to the legs now. And Dylan to the max, thank you for the follow. And that's supposed to go over top. Yes. Ooh, if I can get on there. Okay, let's see if I can get this in. That's going to be the hard part. Oh, because I cut that down, I'm going to have to cut that down. See if I can get that on there now. Okay. Yeah, bad day, but that's fine. Bad days are always here. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, let's try to get this armor done. Oh boy. I am still a little sketch about this. Technically, I need I2 first. Technically. I have to be very careful with this stuff. We've already had parts break off the iframe, which really sucks. I2. That's funny though. We have 4 pairs of those. And we have 4 pairs of 5s. Oh, do they go on the front and back? Yes, they do. And then I1. So actually, I need all of those. Ah. I've got to be really careful. This stuff does not tolerate too much pressure. This polystyrene is so brittle that you can't really do much to it. All right. And that's supposed to go on the back side. Okay. Those might come off. See how they fit on there. I don't think there's anything that's going on top of those, so if they fall off, that's gonna suck. We'll leave them on there for the time being. Book. There the book. Where'd the book go? There the book go. How does the arm transform? Do you just take things off in freaking parts form? Because that would be really stupid if it's parts forming. Oh no, that literally goes on the elbow. Okay, so that is the elbow piece. I don't get the other part. We will get it. To it. Oh, I should actually check and see if I need to black that out. That might need to be part blacked out. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that needs part black. That needs blacking. Bad. That needs yeah, badly. Needs blackout liquid. Glad I checked that. And we'll do the other one real quick and put it on the other side as well. Blah. All right, no more light bleed for that. We'll wait on that for a little bit. Looking up and looking over. All right, boring music. Let me get rid of some of those. Huh. Oh, I see. Not really. Yeah, that's gonna fall off all the damn time. I can already tell that. That needs to be glued on a little bit. That helped with some of that light blocking. Let's see. Should help a lot. A little bit of light bleed, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad on that light bleed. Damn, it's already 10. I'm not going to be out of here by 11. So I got about an hour to work on this, which is going to take a while. Everything on this is taking forever. Yeah, I gotta stop getting some more freaking Q-tips. I'm almost out. And how bad does that one look? It's actually better than the other one. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. Then I've got to get that one glued on, and then we get the front piece put on it. And then we can put all the other pieces on it. Okay, cool. All right. That's good so far. If I can just get these few pieces on here. Everything's just taking forever. And I've got to glue these in place because I know they're going to be the freaking bane of my existence if I don't glue these elbow pieces in place. They're going to fall off all day long. And we don't want that. All right. Trying to slowly get these done. The slower I go on it, the better this will look. Okay, that's good to go. Ow, 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 ow. All right. Oh, come back here, you. There must be 2 different settings on those other ones. What are they? It is I5 and 5. 5 and 5. Let me look at those real quick. No, I don't actually understand how those work. Need to be careful with that part because that's what broke on the other arm. And then the top part is super nice. And then the side part. Which is going to be another nightmare. Ooh, those are going to be fun because we're going to have to glue those in place. Oh, that's going to be fun on a bun. Yeah, because I'm going to have to shave these down. I'm going to have to shave those down to get them in place. And that's the dumbest way of doing that. So officially, so you are supposed to pull down, and these little tabs right here are supposed to literally grab on, not fall off, grab on and pull downward. Which, yeah, in theory can work, but man, that's going to be the most tedious part of pulling that down. It's actually worse than the unicorn real grades. And thank you, Trow Up. It's looking good so far. It's just taking some time. Double check those wires are still working because I'm still not confident in this wiring job. Yeah, they're still working. I'm going to have to shave those down, and we might have to glue them in place in the higher up position. Yeah, I might have to do that. That is gonna be fun, and they're gonna need to be blacked out as well, because they're gonna fucking show through. Oh my god, this sucks. Oh, glad I clipped out one set already, so we can start working on them. God, and the position on these, man. It really shows you how old this kit is, because some of the worst, just the absolute worst positions for nub positions. On a newer kit, these would totally be undergated, no matter what. But for an older kit, I'm not surprised that they're so fucking annoying. I know the Sosby Picard does the same thing, where it's got nubs all over the place in the worst spots possible. One of which is the V-fin. Has one right in the smack dab center of the V-fin. So we're going to do one to see what our position would be. It's going to have to be glued in place. And we only got about 40 minutes left in the day. Okay. And then yo, that works good. So we're going to cut off that flat piece on all of these. And then we shave it down just a little bit, because we're not going to be able to do that pull down method because of the wiring harness. But if we just trim it up a little bit, it'll look perfectly fine. How bad is that light bleed going to be? Actually quite horrendous. So we do need to do a little bit of light blocking on that. But that works. All right. Okay, and then all right, won't look too bad. It looks a little off, but it's not too bad. It'll at least look fine. Battle Operation 2? No, not right now. I don't even have my PS4 hooked up at the moment, unfortunately. Just haven't been really having a lot of time to play anything at the moment. Between all the big builds and the commission and everything that's been going on, I haven't had hardly any time to myself. I get like 1 day a week I get to play video games. I get 1 day a week to play video games. Yeah. That's the reason why I'm so busy all the damn time. Between trying to do stuff like this and trying to get all the kits out and everything finished up and then work, it's just like I never have time for anything lately. Like today, I've got 30 minutes till I've got to get off and get going because I did say I was going to be up at my sponsor's place by around 12 for that spontaneous thing that I doubt anyone's going to go to. And I just dropped that piece on the ground. Where did it go? Right at my feet. Ugh, come back here, you. And thank you, New Optimist, for the likes. Right now, still, God, man, there's so much to do. There's so much coming out. We got Witch Queen, Elden Ring, a couple other games that I need to play as well. I was also doing a lot of other stuff, but trying to finish up Dying Light 2 and all this other. God, there's just so much shit going on right now that I just don't know where I'm going to find the time for it all. And I've already taken one vacation for this year, so kind of can't take another one. No, my next one doesn't come up till May. I have to say that right. My next vacation doesn't come up till May. So yes, I cannot take another one at the moment. I do. It's linked, I think, on the link tree. I don't really post too much to there. I'm mostly always on Twitch or on TikTok. I need to start doing my short format stuff on there, and then also trying to get some more long format stuff put out on there as well. Same name. The name's the same on every social media except for maybe like Google Plus. I'd gotten it pretty much locked in. I think the only one I fucked up on was Twitter. think Twitter, it's Vladracus 1 for some fucking reason. I don't remember why. But it has to be a 1. I think that's the only one I've messed up. But I need to do more long format stuff, and I know it's just I'm not good at editing. I'm okay at it. I'm just not good. Like, I don't have any natural talent for editing. I didn't go to college or anything for video editing or anything. So everything I do is off the cuff, and everything I do is spontaneous. It's where the short format comes in really good. I mean, I can do that stuff all day long. It's easy. You don't need a script. You don't need everything. Super, just throw it out there and see what sticks to the wall. Oh, no, I'm canceled on Twitter, unfortunately, for some reason. I was doing great on Twitter until I decided to pick a fight that really wasn't picking a fight. I was just trying to be nice and talk about thinking that I could talk to somebody who didn't understand things very well and ended up throwing his 1.5 million followers in my face because he thinks that he knows everything. I don't get into the details of it, but let's just say don't pick fights with YouTubers because everybody simps for them. So no matter what their opinion is, they're right. No matter if they're wrong, their opinion is correct. And your opinion, even though you were trying to be nice about it, is wrong. And so basically got canceled on Twitter. Twitter's been my least growing platform since then. It's like, I tried to be as nice as I could. I've built Warhammer. I may not do model ships myself, but I do try to inform people because of the fact of an opinion that wasn't very valid, and just try to explain that there are more difficult things out there. And I pretty much got canceled on it. And Twitch, for some reason, hasn't been growing as much as it used to because I had to take an extended break during 2020, 2019. Well, the end of 2019, 2020, all of 2020. I didn't even get back to really streaming until 2021, really. And, well, the end of 2022, the beginning of 2021. And so I've been trying to build back up all the way since. And it's been a fun grind back up there. Warhammer 40k, Warhammer, it's just Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's a tabletop strategy game. I had to think. It's not a role-playing game because that's D&D. It's tabletop strategy. I love the idea that I'm not rich enough for Warhammer. Or good enough at painting for Warhammer. Some of those guys do some work that's insane. Warhammer is awesome. I love the 40k universe. It's basically what inspired StarCraft, and just the whole nature of 40k is my favorite of the Warhammer universe. They have a lot of video games they also do for Warhammer. There's Warhammer 40k Space Marine. There's Warhammer what is it called? It's not RTS, but it's turn-based strategy is what Warhammer the video game is turn-based strategy. Basically Civ, but not Civ. It's War Civ, basically. Just take out all the political side of civilization and just put in fighting. I love the idea of Warhammer. I'm just not rich enough to play Warhammer. Because Warhammer is expensive, and if you don't got the big money, you die, because it's pay to win. Most of Battle Operation Code Fairy. Not yet. I haven't gotten to play that yet. I haven't got to watch or play it yet. I like some of the suit designs from it. I just haven't gotten to play it yet. Nice. All right. If I can get this on, and then I have to do the same thing on that side. Oh, boy. I had to go extra heavy on the light blocking. Can you please go over there for the time being? Thank you. I think the worst thing right now is that I'm having a problem with kind of trying to keep good work-life relations right now, because my real job always butts in on everything, because it's a nightmare, but it pays fucking way too well for, well, good enough that I don't have to struggle. And then this butts into everything, and then trying to keep everything separate sucks. With this doing so well right now, with how much the channel's grown, and well, at least the TikTok channel's grown in the last year or so, I'm getting to the point where I've got to take it very seriously, because it's getting to that point where, yeah, no, it's a thing. I never believed it was going to be a thing. I thought, haha, new outlet. Let's go see how crazy it is over there. It's crazy and it's fucking awesome. Feels like the early days of YouTube and Twitch, basically, on TikTok. Everyone's just doing whatever they want, whenever they want, and everyone's having fun at the same time most of the time. And not as much judgment as some of the other platforms. And promotion. I get so well promoted on TikTok versus some of the other websites, as long as I stay within the guidelines. Sentinel, yes, and we also need, they need to finally do, because especially since they keep putting Red out there so much. Red Frame we need Seed versus Destiny. I can't stress that one much more. We need Seed versus Destiny. I mean, it's Seed versus Astray, because damn, they keep putting Red Frame out there, but they don't have an anime for it. I agree. There are some that need them. At least a Seed versus Astray movie would be nice. So Gundam Sentinel and a Seed versus Astray would be the two I'd really want them to ever do an anime for. Especially since they keep putting Red Frame on the freaking podium with the big boys. He outperforms Strike, Freedom, and Destiny easily when it comes to sales. And it's like, well, you guys keep putting him out there. Why don't you just give him an anime finally? There's even a pilot that you guys did, which everyone loves. Why not give love to Low? Ah, yeah, Moon Gundam would be awesome too. And like trying to track, and the problem is, I think is also what really is frustrating too, is just getting the manga for Seed versus Destiny. I mean, Seed versus Astray, the original Red Frame books, is a nightmare. There are no digital scans. I've literally deep dived this. There's literally somebody who was talking kind of about the history of Seed versus Stray, and even someone asked, do you know where to fucking read it online? And they had the same answer I came up with. No. And it really sucks, because it's really, really actually interesting. I've read through some of the side manga for not Destiny, Astray, and it's actually really good. And it's like, okay, I'm interested. Where's the originals? Nowhere to be found. Buy the hard copies. Are you kidding me? Like, almost all manga has been backed up digitally. There's always a way of finding it. And it's one of the few that has never been really digitized. It really sucks. Like, I'm half tempted to buy the books itself and put it on my Discord for archiving. Because unfortunately, I don't like carrying like 18 different books with me when I'm out on the road and stuff. I don't mind reading books on my phone. Because that's also another thing. You can't even buy them digitally like on Amazon or anything. They're that hard to find. Okay. So. Okay, and then I can put that on that side. There we go. Okay, so how bad does that look? Let's see. About the effect I was going for. And I still have to do it on the other side. I knew this was going to be a big part of it today. And then it was going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So, we'll give you guys a little bit of a closer look. I can't really bring the leads, but okay. Since I really wasn't going to be able to do the entire mechanism for it, we'll just cut that and let it show through a little bit better. It's fine. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah. The wiring harness is just being a little bit of a pain in the ass. Like, the head's done. I had to do modifications to that too, because this head did not want that V-fin going on at all. And it's still working, right? Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's still working. Okay. I like it better because it has better... So, between these two heads, I find this one to be too blocky. This is the OG. This is kind of high-newy head. Kind of came with the backpack that we have. That's the third-party one. Kind of like that head better. I like the color better, too. I don't like adding too much more. If you're not really having a whole lot of red on your suit, it's really not that great of a thing. And then the chest is still working. We know that for a fact, because that was actually the easiest thing so far, was the chest piece. That was easy. We had a few things being... Without any modifications, that's actually a good question. I just did one for a commission build for my sponsor, GundamKingdom.net, located in Katy, Texas, off Mason Road, GundamKingdom.net. They had me do a Nilsson Works, which is a PG Astray, for a commission build. That took about 20 hours. So with being on vacation, it took about a week, 2 weeks. That also had a straight panel lining, which is not the same thing that I'm doing here. Straight panel lining, you don't do the blacking on the outside. You only do it on the pieces that are showing. And decals and a top coat. So it took about 30-ish hours to do with the top coat and getting it all decaled up. This one's going to be 200 plus. So about a month on this, hopefully, because we have a lot of parts left to go. Good, also a good... another one for good observation was I just finished up a Power Red from Daban, which is the 8814. That one's a massive kit for a master grade size kit in 1/100 scale. That one took about a month, apparently. I thought it took a lot longer. That one had a lot of adjustments that had to be done. That one didn't have any lighting kits or anything. It was just a really nice build. Still waiting on decals. I've got to get some ordered for it. And then we have a Stray Insanity that's getting ready to be done soon once his parts come in. But that one took about a month because it was just very complicated. Very complicated, very technical, and I had to go over a lot of the stuff. Same thing with the PG Nielsen Works, which is actually a fairly awesome kit to build. Just mind-numbing on some of the parts because they took forever. They're really easy. They're nothing really hard. They only take me a long time because I only get a few hours a day to build. So the hours is more what you're looking at. Usually, if I'm just going to straight build something and I'm not doing really any work to it, 8 hours if I'm lucky. When I used to not do any panel lining or detailing or modifications to the kit, 8 hours. And we're just talking snap built, not even really doing cleanup. I've actually just really developed my cleanup method over time. No cleanup, no decals, no detailing. A master rig can run you about 5 to 8 hours if you're lucky. If you're lucky. Yeah, no, they're awesome. I will tell you this right now. Don't pay attention to grade. Grade means nothing. Grade is level of detail. If you want to go spend $50 for a master grade, go spend $50 for a master grade. They're well laid out. You're going to be able to do it. It's not that hard. If you want a PG and you want to shill out $200 or $300, go buy a PG. They're really not that bad, and anyone can put them together. High grades are supposed to be for younger audiences, and they're a lower level of detail, but some of the newer ones coming out are actually really good. High Grade 2.0 has been very, very nice. The Nightingale, which was High Grade 2.0, HG Destiny, High Grade 2.0, HG Moon is also considered technically in the HG 2.0, not my favorite HG 2.0, but they're really getting really good on the high grades. The ones that are the worst right now are the Battle Logs because they're technically doing high grade 1.0 kind of building and engineering. Real grade can be intimidating because it's basically a shrunk down master grade, but they're not that hard. My first kit getting back into Gunpla, because I had an original, one of the first release model kits of the Wing Zero back in the 90s. That thing was cool. I loved it to death. And then when I slowly saw these kits over time, I thought they were cool. I never had the money to buy them. And then once I finally got this nice job that I have now, I got into Gunpla. I picked it up after watching Build Fighters, and my first kit that I actually built, I got the Real Grade Wing Zero Custom. That is one of the smallest real grades. And it's still one of my favorites overall. And I actually both have the Master Grade Sazabi Verka, and I do have the Real Grade Sazabi Verka. My overall opinion of them is if you are really dead set on the Verka, buy it, but I highly recommend you get the Real Grade instead. The Real Grade was actually a much more fun kit to build. The opposite is for the Sinanju. Sinanjus are the opposite of Sazabi. Skip the Real Grade, unless you're really desperate on a Real Grade Sinanju, and either buy the OVA, MG, or buy the High Grade, because they're actually better. I have Sazabi Nightingale. I don't think I have that one. Regi Z, which one is that? I can just look at high grades. REGZ. Regrez. I don't remember that mobile suit. Yeah, come on. Computer. No, I don't have that one. That and Delta Plus I don't have yet. I need a Delta Plus as well. Regress from Char's counterattack. Okay, yeah, I don't have a regress, and I don't also have Delta Plus still. I always look at Delta Plus, and I'm like, I want it. But then I look at the engineer, and I'm like, I don't like it, but I want it. Ugh. My best thing, if you were to see on Twitch, he's not on right now. I don't really want to feel like plugging in, but my Mega Scale Unicorn is one of my favorite builds. Hathaway shot it with a Jenga. Oh, of course, it's the thing that freaking Hathaway hit. Ugh, Hathaway. Bleh. Not my favorite character from Gunpla at all. I'm from Gundam at all. He actually annoys me more than anything. It's like I thought Amuro was annoying, but Hathaway makes me more pissed off. But I am a very char-asnable boy. I even have a full frontal jacket. Because I am the full frontal. I have all the way up to my 1/35th scale, which I have both of them now. I have my 1/35th scale Sinanju bust, which is one of my favorite things I've ever bought ever. And currently, I just bought about a week ago, I bought the 1/35th scale Sinanju bust. Not Sinanju, Sazabi. I have Sinanju. Just got a Sazabi bust. And can't wait till to get that one started. But that one has a special coating, which has to be dealt with in special ways because I can't just straight build it. It has to be carefully done to make it look better. I am a very char boy. As soon as I saw Sinanju, I'm like, yeah, hi, my name is I like your mobile suit. And and after watching the Gundam Origins, I really can sympathize with Char a little bit more. Because he's got that very nice sex marquee attitude, and I love it. Compared to Amuro and Benazir's plot convenient armor all the damn time. Zeta plus A? No, not yet. I need to get I want a Phaz Verkat at some point. I just don't have Zeta at all. I don't have anything Zeta yet. Zeta stuff's been just kind of the thing I don't know. Their suits are not my favorites. My favorites are usually stuff like Wing Zero, because that's what I grew up on. That's the first introduction to Gundam for me. G Gundam, technically I watched, but Wing was always my thing. And then over to Astray, just because he's got big ass swords. I'm a sucker for a big sword. The Mark II I actually do have. I have a Mark II, I just haven't started work on it yet. I'd say third party would. It's in the lineup of kits to fill time slots, because it's going to be a filler kit. Something that's not getting a full detail workup, but it'll get a decent line job and everything done on it. Okay, I need I. I. There we are. I. Mark IV. I need to get a Mark IV at some point. I like Mark IV. No, Mark V. I don't have Mark V, but I need to get a Mark IV. I do like the Mark IV's design, but that's P Bandai. That's my biggest pet peeve is P Bandai. I really hate them sometimes. Because everything I want comes from P Bandai, and it's like, I hate you. Because then I get to miss out on everything because I don't have unlimited money. I do not have unlimited money at all. I have very limited money. Let's go. Yes, there is a Mark IV. It's P Bandai, actually. I love the look of it. It's kind of like between a Mark 2 and Pale Rider, basically. My supplier just got, my sponsor actually got one in just recently, and I just don't have the money for it. Wasn't even selling it for too much. He posted it on Facebook. Mark III, no, I like I said, I don't have a lot of UC timeline stuff. Mine's more of a jumble of whatever I can find at the store. So usually it's like I pick up what's available or what's more in my budget range. Yeah, RX-78-4. He's got it for $60, which isn't too bad. It's a P Bandai kit. Damn, I want that one. If I had $60 right now. Damn. See, I grew up with Wing, mostly. I only got into UC after watching Unicorn. IBO, I liked IBO. It's just IBO is a little bit like, I get it, but we don't need to beat it like a dead horse. Oh, he has a decent Hazel right now. Hazel and Daily Raw 2. That's actually a pretty neat one. If I had the $100 for it, I would so buy it. That one's sick. But if you're in the US, you really should check out my sponsor. It's GundamKingdom.net. I know I'm going to say that about 1,000,000 damn times today. They're really awesome, and I'm down to 3 subs. Of course I am. I hate you, you Twitch. We will never hit that 15 sub, ever. I swear. Yeah, it is more realistic, and that's why it's like, whenever anyone's like, oh, could Barbados be that? It's like, no! Barbados is barely more powerful than a friggin' Zaku from the UC timeline. Mika's alright, but he's not on the same region as some of the other Gundam pilots. They have world-ending firepower. He has just enough that he doesn't get his butt kicked all day long. It's like Wing Zero. Wing Zero fires one buster shot, and down goes freaking goddamn Barbados, all on the ground. Exia dances around Barbados, and Unicorn and RX-78 just unload their full barrage at him. He just doesn't have world-ending powers and very limited ranged weapons. So compared to most Gundams, which are sword and board with decent ranged loadouts, he just is a one-note fighter. If he was more versatile, I would put him up higher. But in my eyes, half the regular Gundams would take out Barbados pretty easily. And that sucks because a lot of the main MC suits are very versatile. New, tons of ranged and freaking melee combat. RX-78, lots of ranged and melee combat. Char, lots of range and melee combat. Because you can't adapt to only one strategy. That's kind of why he went down. Pushing your head through a brick wall works, but it only works so often until you kind of burn yourself out, and that's kind of what happened to Mika. That's also the issue with the Alea Vignana system, was that it was burning his body out as fast as he could fight. And so the more and more he stopped being able to use and be away from Barbados, just made it so more than likely it was also making him short-sighted. Because yes, the Zero system technically will do that to you, but as long as you keep yourself distanced from the Zero system, you're not going to completely get eaten up by it. Pixie? Oh. Oh, which one's Pixie again? Ugh. Why is this mouse dying today? I swear to God. From Cross Dimension, let me see. Gundam Pixie. Yeah, okay, so it's based on the ARC 78. So, yeah, it would be fine. It more than likely should have a good weapon loadout. Close combat variant. If it's close combat, then it's not going to really have good... use my operation. Core block system. Thrusters in outer space. Consequences faster, more agile. Yeah. It would fight... But yeah, you still have Vulcan cannons, beam dagger, submachine gun, bullpup submachine gun, beam gun. Yeah, it's still got at least a decent loadout. A decent loadout. He would put up a fight, but probably would still beat Barbados because he still does have a little bit better loadout than Barbados does. Barbados's range only comes down to the damn tail spike that he stole from the mobile armor. And that's about it. And even that has a very bad tendency to be cut off. It's not fast enough, unfortunately. Now, it's kind of the same thing as, like, say we take Exia, the weakest. Exia being, or even the O Gundam. O and Exia being the two weakest of the 00 Gundams. Two of the weakest 00 Gundams. And they still outperform mostly. would dance around friggin' Barbados because they're just too fast and could even probably shut it down with particle dispersion. Zeta, probably Ashimir. Oh, let's see. Ashimir, is it? I mean, is that just the problem? Yeah, see, I don't know all of them. Ashimir. NRX. More of a mobile, more of a Zaku-ish. It's probably Xeon. No. Armament, large beam rifle, beam saber. Probably like a Zaku level of fighting. Yeah, would put up a good fight against it. Yeah, the Ashimura would be pretty much on par. So that's more of a very heavy Zaku kind of style. I mean, what is it? Like, it's kind of the reason why... Barbados worked was because there wasn't as many mobile suits. As in, like, more how... UC can be... Wing, Leos were pretty much all they really had to deal with. A couple others they did have to deal with, but nothing like on a Zaku, nothing like the UC timeline kind of variants, where you had stuff like Uradoga and some of the other sleeve units that are just insanely powerful, and the versatility of Zagox and Hygogs. Most of them tend to not stick to that. I mean, even 00 with having to improve most of the mobile suits just to even keep up with the Gundams was kind of the whole backbone of the storyline. Optimus would probably... Ooh. How tall... Okay, so that was kind of my biggest problem with Death Battle's fight between the RX-78 and Optimus. They didn't scale it properly. And how tall is the Barbados? Barbados Gundam. So he's 60 feet tall, so he's about the average size for a Gundam. So if we're going to make this to scale, no, he crushes Optimus, because Optimus in his tallest form is only 30 feet tall. So he comes up to the midpoint of freaking Barbados's foot. And that's the problem. When they did the death battle between the ARC-78 and Optimus, they made the ARC-78 30 feet tall. When the ARC-78 is almost 70 feet, is I think 60 to 70 feet tall. It's supposed to be gigantic. These are giant space machines, not teeny tiny 30-foot tall machines. That's like the size of a God. There are mobile workers that are that size, but not Gundams. Gundams are canonically gigantic. I mean, Wing love to put the scale of the pilots to the actual units themselves. Hence why they would always have to haul them with insanely large freaking 18-wheelers. So to scale, Optimus loses easily. He's not going to be able to even get through the armor. He's going to be hacking at the leg while he gets kicked around by freaking Mika. Because Mika's just going to laugh at it and run around. Ooh, now that's a matchup. The problem with... Now, Eva... 0-1 versus the Barbados would be a really insane matchup. Because they're about on the same level. The ARC-78-2 would probably outrange... Would just stick to range fighting. Maybe jump in there with melee combat. But the 0-1 would put up a decent melee fight. They're about the same height. And matters when we're talking. If we're talking the beginnings, the anime, the movies. If it's the movies when he's more skilled with combat, the evil one would put up a decent fight. But that would come down to pilot, and whichever one's plot armor would take over. Which would always be Amuro because he's a new type. And so every time a new type comes in, their plot armor usually takes over. We might see Berserk Mode Unit 1, but I think Berserk Mode Unit 1 is more reckless and would probably get outmatched by the new type's ability to predict movement. Due to the Eva not being able to rationally think well in Berserk Mode. Even though it is stronger and faster during that time period. Yes, and fighting experience. If we're taking Amuro, even in the beginning, he does have a little bit more fight experience than 0-1's pilot. Hell, even Asuka would not be nearly as experienced as Amuro, even in the beginning. Because she's overconfident, and that's why she always gets her butt kicked whenever she's not paying attention. Rey, on the other hand, would probably put up a better fight. But that's also because of the fact she's pretty much a cyber new type at that point. But we would have to use the 0-6 for Rey. And the 0-6 likes to tear itself apart. The 0-1 doesn't like her. It's kind of why I want to get this. There's a tabletop RPG that actually you can pit mobile suits against each other, which is actually really cool. It has a was on Kickstarter, but it's on some other website now. But it's pretty interesting. I like the idea of it. I need to pick it up at some point. It's not an RPG, it's just a tabletop battle simulator, kind of like Warhammer. And I forgot to cut down the sides of these. I'm going to have to do that later. Time, 11:09. I actually have to get off. Fuck. Okay. So I'm going to have to leave that here for right now. Thank you, everybody who did come out and watch tonight. Thank you, New Optimist, for hanging out with me as well. I'll let those dry up, and I'll work on those later. But I have got to get off, and I've got to get ready. Because I am supposed to be out of the door in 20 minutes. But I still got to go get fuel for my Fun V. I just looked at the time. I'm like, oh, shit, we got to run. But I will be back later tonight, more than likely. If we're not doing this, something with video games, we'll see what happens. But thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see everyone tonight. Thank you, and bye.